Hi everyone, Parul here, your usual host, and today I have a friend joining from all the way from America, Shay Brown. I'll be introducing Shay to you, and he's got some important topics to talk to all of us, which applies both in our professional, business, and personal life too, because we all need to learn how to sell. Shay, welcome on board, and thank you very much for giving your time for our audience.
Well, thank you so much for having me here. I couldn't think of a better place to be than right here with your audience. Thanks for all the work you're doing, by the way, helping people build their confidence, help them live the life they truly desire. You are a beacon of hope, and thank you. I couldn't wait to be here. I'm super
Thank you,
excited.
Shay. Yeah, so let me read Shay's bio. Is a lot, so I'm going to summarize it. So Shay Brown is CEO and founder of EasySalesHub.com, an innovator of Evergreen Revenue Model. Wow, scaling business to 6 and 7 figures. He is the creator of 7 figure sales system to generate 1000K monthly income. This all-in-one solution generates leads, qualifies prospect, book appointments, closes deals, and a free entrepreneur to focus on other business needs, which is fantastic. Shay was named as one of the top 15 entrepreneurs to keep an eye out for across North America in by USA Today News. Wow, fantastic. There's a lot about him. Shay uses his sales expertise to help entrepreneurs get clients, make money, and have resources necessary to execute their vision for people they were called to serve. Shay believes every day is a vacation day when you are hitting your sales goal. Shay Brown is the CEO and founder of Easy Sales. EasySalesHub.com, an innovator Evergreen Revenue Models, as I mentioned before. And we want to hear from Shay today is about the topic we're going to talk about all about sales. So Shay, I know there's quite a lot to read from your bio, but do you want to add
That's not,
anything
yeah.
else? What else you do?
No, I just want to let know I'm like a number of folks that are watching right now. And I know one thing that I'm a caregiver. So I'm a son. Mother dear is still here. I'm blessed to be in a position to be able to take care of mother dear. That's a true blessing, by the way. I know that I'm a husband, by the way. I'm married to my wife, who I love, by the way. We've been together 15 years. An amazing individual called a Brown. I'm also, by the way, I don't know if you know this about me, by the way, I'm also a grandpa or a papa or a super papa. I don't know what they're going to call me, but I now have a grandson who's 2 years old, and I now have a granddaughter, thanks to my other son, who's 6 months, 6 weeks old. I guess I'm just a kind human being, just like many folks out there. I get up every day to help someone else's life be just a little bit better and then achieve what they want. So just like many of your viewers and followers right now, just want to do some good in the world.
Thank you, Shay, for being here and congratulations being grandpa. I didn't realize you are a grandpa. that's that's a different level,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's an
That's a
honor and a
being
privilege, man. It really is.
being a parent to a grandparent is a whole new world, you know. Uh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm learning right now that they get everything. So I'm like, hey, whatever. And I've never had a granddaughter. So I had two sons, as you know, and I was able to bless to take care of my two sons. When I went through a divorce, they stayed with me. So this whole daughter thing, woman thing, I'm like, whatever she wants, fine. She's only 6 weeks old. She can have whatever she wants. So I think that'll be my answer.
yes, I know grandparents always spoil their grandchildren, and yeah, so that's amazing.
Yeah.
So Shay, we're talking very important subject today, sales,
Yes.
which applies to every aspect of our lives. You know, we're selling every single time. We're talking to our children, our spouse, friends, you know, we're selling something, you know. So your topic, why you decided to focus on sales, especially for entrepreneurs?
The number one challenge, Peru, that entrepreneurs have every day in their business that holds them back is not having enough revenue to purchase the resources that are necessary to execute that big vision they have for the people they were called to serve. They don't have enough revenue to purchase the resources like an assistant, enough revenue to purchase a project manager, enough revenue sometimes to hire the marketing firm or the branding firm, or enough revenue to purchase the technology they need to serve the big audience they have. And what's the number one reason they don't have the resources? they're not making enough sales. And the reason I say that, and I'll answer the question right now, is that sales is the oxygen for every great business in history. And I know it's not going to blow your audience away, but without sales, there's always more money going out than there is coming in. What's the message? Selling is serious business, but in the world we live in, Peru, selling has got a negative connotation. When most folks think of a salesperson, if I was to ask the audience right now, someone's probably going to type sneaky person, used car salesman, trying to make me do something I don't want to do. And that's not true. I was at one event, and I'm coming to you now, Peru, and I asked the audience, I said, when you think of a salesperson, what do you think of? Person raised their hand in the back and said, liar. And I said, oh boy, this is going to be an interesting way to go, by the way. And the reality is, we're not any of those things. I think 99.999% of your folks watching today, they're not sneaking, they're not arm twisting. And so here's something that I shared, and this is why I focus so much on sales, is to shift the mindset. And even if you're not an entrepreneur, you're going to benefit from the conversation that Peru and I are having today. And here's why. Preachers every single week are selling faith, although they don't see themselves in sales. You probably would agree with me. Well, no matter what your faith belief is. Teachers every single day are selling education. If you got kids or you came through a public school system, any school system, you would agree that's a hard sales job, by the way. Parents, you're a parent. I'm a parent, by the way. Parents every single day are selling values to our kids, our grandkids, or people that we trust. And the number one sale you watching every day make is to yourself. So we're always selling, we're always talking to ourselves. So that's why I'm talking about sales. I know it will provide the revenue in the business so people can have more meaning in the world. And what does that mean? Well, you can help more people. You have more income in the world. That means you can have more impact in your communities and your families. At the end, you can make $1 and a difference at the same time. If that's you, say, yes, I'm so glad I'm here. Back over you. But that's why we're talking about sales today.
Yeah, yeah. I like one of the great points you said, sales is oxygen to business. Fantastic philosophy. I think is a real word. Without sales, you can't run business. And as you said, we sell every day to everyone different things. Different people sell different things, whether it's education, values, a holiday, we sell different days. And it's really important topic for everyone to listen, whether they're in a business or working. It's really important. So thank you for being here. I think my next question will be ask you to share your top tips with our audience who actually finding hard to sell, especially new business owners, because I think one of the things I always see, new business owner always struggle with generating income. So if you could share your top tips, best way they can focus on, how to focus on, what to focus on.
Absolutely. I'll share something that was shared with me. You gave that wonderful bio early, and that was Deshae Brown you might know today. What you might not know is that when I first got started, I was like many of you, by the way. I'd only worked for 2 companies my entire career. Some of you know me, some of you meet me for the first time. So let me tell you that story, by the way. And I worked for Citibank after undergraduate, which is a banking institution here in the States, by the way. And then after graduate school, I worked for Verizon, which many of you might know it as a phone company. Now they're an internet company. And I was there for 13 years. And then back on May 31st, 2004, Verizon gave me the pink slip, or they laid me off. So I never wanted to be an entrepreneur. I had no dream of doing this. Corporate America, I'm good. That's what I went to school for. Get a good job, work hard, have some stock options. Come on now. Isn't that a good thing to have? And then they laid me off. It was a shock. I was surprised. And I was depressed. I didn't take it easily. I watched someone say, I got laid off. That's okay. No. I was like, me? I had risen to a director. Me? I was someone that had a team. I mean, I laid other people off. Not me. Shock. So driving home that evening, a number of my friends had their own company. I'm going somewhere here, Peru. I'm coming down the home stretch. And I said, you know what? If they can have a company, I can have a company. So I went down to Kinko's, got some business cards, by the way, hung my shingle out the door. I said, I'm getting started. Called myself Coach Shay. Figure everybody else is a freaking coach. Why can't I coach someone? I've got some years in corporate experience, got a few degrees here. But here's what I quickly learned. After 90 days in business, I was tired. I was frustrated. I was struggling. In short, I was out of money. Wish I could be like some of you. Y'all just pick yourself up and y'all just keep going. Not Shay Brown. Then my wife, my second wife, don't judge me. I told you I'm on my third marriage, by the way. I'm very, very happy. Don't judge me, please. My second wife decides to leave. Now, I wasn't doing the things I was supposed to do. I'm guilty. I'm burning through the money. I don't want to get a job. I'm going to be an entrepreneur and some other things. I'm just guilty. I had a perfect wife at the time. But anyway, she decided to leave. Then my two sons decided they want to stay with dad. Wait. This is not how this works. They go with the parent. They go with the mom, not the dad. No, they're going to live with dad. So now I'm broke. I'm a failure as a husband. I'm someone that decides to start burning through my 401k. In America, that means I went into my retirement savings and said, I'm a bet on Shay Brown. I'm a double bet on me. Have you ever double betted on yourself and said, I'm doing it? Then I kept losing. I know, don't judge me. Please don't judge me, okay? I know Peru talking about all that wonderful stuff about Shay Brown, but I want you to see the other side. There's another side here. So I run out of money, and I'm bringing a story down the home stretch. Here it is, Peru. I'm upstairs working. This is the point I want to make. And there's a knock at the door. My sons come running down the stairs. They say, Dad, someone's still in the car. What? Still in the car? I run downstairs. I look out the window, and there's my Lexus truck. It's being holted up, by the way. I said, oh. Now, this is not the first time that Jacob had been to my home to take my car. Don't judge me, okay? My car has been repossessed before, but I'm embarrassed. I look at my sons. I look at Jacob. Jacob gives me what we call the brother nod. I give him the brother nod back. What's up? Look back at my sons, and I said, don't worry. The car is just going to the garage. I lied. And it was in that moment that I like to call what I had the never again moment. And maybe you had a never again moment in your life where you felt like a failure, where you told yourself, never again would I find myself in this situation. For me, I wouldn't be going to the gym to take showers with my sons because the water was cut off. I was betting on myself and losing. I wouldn't come home and the cable and the lights were cut off. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer here, but I was betting on myself and I was losing. What was your never again moment? Maybe it's I'm not going to stay in this relationship. Maybe it's I'll never walk into this job again and feel the way I feel. So here's the turning point. Here's why I talk about sales. Here's the 3 ways you can elevate your sales results. I borrowed $5,000, a lot of money 20 years ago from my brother to go out to California. He thought it was another get-rich scheme. This is why you need to work with people. Peru is someone you need to work with. If you haven't had a chance, make sure you check in with her because they can guide you places that you may not see. I went out there because he said, I'm going to help people build a business. Now, my brother thought it was a get-rich scheme, but he gave me $5,000. And again, don't judge me. I haven't paid him back. Again, I don't judge him, okay? I didn't pay the guy back, but don't worry. I'm okay now. And Eric Lofholm gave me an idea. And this is why you show up for Peru's podcast and her shows and her events. You only need one idea to change your life. Put that down in your notes. How many ideas do you need to change your life? One. Why? Because one good idea implemented is better than 1,000 ideas you know right now. You only need one. And he gave me an idea. He said, Shay, focus on sales. Me? No, I'm not a sales guy. You don't understand. Corporate America, sales, not Shay Brown. But he changed my life. And there's 3 things you need. You need to shift your belief system, your inner game. You need to shift the outer game, which we'll talk about the tactical things. And the third thing you need to shift is your actions. He said, Shay, selling equals service. Selling equals service. Selling equals service. No, man, that's not what selling is. Selling is about convincing and persuading. No, you serve through selling. You serve through helping people. If you have a company, your company can't help people if you're not selling them because you can't serve them. So why don't you stop chasing the money and add value and let the money chase you? What? It became my driving philosophy. My philosophy, my company is selling equals service. Anybody ever meet me, you'll see me. I'm always serving. I don't have to sell anything. I'm serving. So what I would share with you is 3 things you can do to really change your sales results, and I'll give you the tactical side. First is the inner game. The inner game is your mindset. It's your belief system. It's your comfort zone. I want you to shift right now from selling as a bad thing, selling something you don't want to do, to selling is how you're going to serve more people. Because if you're not selling, you're not serving. Number 2, shift the outer game. That's the tactical ways you're going about it. Your mind, your goal setting, your sales teams, your lead systems, your appointment setting systems. Don't have time to get into that now. It's going to sound overwhelming, but just trust me. If you shift the mindset, I'll give you a quick example and I'm done. I was working with one of my clients, and her name is Kathy. And Kathy didn't want to be in sales. She was failing. If she didn't start making money, her and her husband decided she had to go back and get a job. She needed 5,000 US dollars at the time. That's a lot of money. And she came to me and we started working together. Now, she was already good. She was a rock star, but she was in insurance, but didn't see herself in sales. You ever see anybody in insurance that don't see themselves in sales? Isn't that the dumbest thing you heard in their life? But anyway, I said, selling is about three things, Kathy. If you can adopt this philosophy, you can now talk to people and be yourself. Number one, put this in your notes and I'm done. Number one, selling is about education. Can you educate people in the world that there's a problem that they have? If something happens to their home or they want to send their kids to college, there's just a problem. Whether they work with you or not, let's all agree there's a problem. Well, shit, I can do that. I know my stuff. Okay, great. Number two, selling is about leading. When you talk to people and they're interested, can you just say, here's how we solve the problem at our company, whether you work with me or not. I don't really care. But I'm doing this anyway, with or without you. Yeah, I can do that. And then last, selling is about moving people to action. Can you say, would you at least like us to help you? If they say yes, they say yes. If they say no, they say no. You're not making enough offers. Tactical. She says, I can do that. Kelly went on to do some amazing things. Back over to you, Peru, but the answer to your question is inner game, outer game, and action. Those are three things. If you focus on that, start with your mindset, I promise you, you're going to serve more people.
Thank you, Shay. And first of all, I just want to say thank you for sharing your story. And audience, we all have stories. The question is, do you want to stay in your story and feel victim? Or do you want to take a leap like what Shay has done and improve not just your lifestyle, but everybody else's by serving people? You mentioned some important points, Shay, and I'm going to come to your point. One is about mindset. So can you tell our audience a bit more about practical stuff they can do to change their mindset before they go into the action?
Sure. First thing I want you to do is adopt the philosophy. I believe that we all have philosophies we live by. As the CEO, I want you to adopt the philosophy, a mindset that focus on sales. Now, I'm going to give you two parts. This is just the mindset. This has nothing to do with how you feel today, because how you feel and what you think are two different things. Okay. You could feel pretty terrible, but you can still think a certain way. Okay. So as an entrepreneur, I want you to focus on this one thing. And here it is. If you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. I just want you to have that as a mantra. We do this on the CEO Sales Huddle. I work with CEOs every morning. And our number one philosophy is if you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. That's a mindset. Now, that means you can't focus on other things. But in the sales department as a CEO, and I'm getting you to be an entrepreneur, and some of you work for companies, but as the CEO of company YOU, let's call it company YOU right now. But if you're an entrepreneur, you know what I'm talking about. You're responsible for the sales department. You're responsible for providing the sales people to the sales department. That's a mindset. For some of you, it's you. Like, you are the salesperson. Some of you have people that work for you. Number two, you're responsible for giving the sales department the sales processes that it needs to be successful. The sales strategy, the sales systems, and the sales funnels so that it can bring business in with or without you. You're responsible for that, no one else. And third, if your bank account doesn't reflect how good you are right now, you're responsible for the third area of the sales department, and that's the resources. So I want you to have first the mindset that selling it equals service. Number two, if you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. And third, and this will help you, not in the conversation yet, but that selling is serious business. It's serious business. And so when you are speaking to someone about the problem that you solve, don't focus on it. If you have a fear of sales or you're talking to someone, and it happens for all of us. I was like that. I can tell you about another one of my clients, Samantha, and the exact same thing. And she was talking to someone. She always felt like, when it comes to the sales part, I just, fear will overcome her. And she was like, not that she was afraid. She was a tough woman. These are not folks who are like, these are tough, smart folks. It's just something about it didn't feel good. And here's what I share with her. And this is a mindset. If you're having a challenge asking for the order, then you're making the sale about you. And the sale is not about you. You're making about how if they accept you, if they don't, how you're going to feel if they say no. And that can be a challenge. And that'll shift your mindset down because you're thinking, will I get the deal? Will I not get the deal? Will they buy me? Will they not hire me? And that's not the conversation. The conversation is, and this is what I do. Did I mention to them we have a problem? Yes. Did I share how we solve the problem? Yes. This is a mindset. If I did that, then I pat myself on the back and I tell myself, great job. I've done all I can do. And then if it makes sense, I'll say, would you like us to help you? And I don't get into trying to persuade them. And a lot of my clients or a lot of my colleagues, they teach those sales skills. That's not my side, my mindset. My mindset, this is how we work. This is how we do it. If it works for you, great. If not, no big deal. If we got to structure a deal, that's a different conversation. So my number one reply is selling equals service. If you forget everything I talked about today, say, I'm just serving every day.
Great, thank you.
Back over to you.
Few things, really strong. I think one of the things that quite a lot of people I meet, including myself actually, been put off by sales because how we've been sold. I mean, I remember 10 years back, I was doing training after training after training. I spent all my salary on learning, but actually I was not getting any success. It's only I took mentorship. I took quite a lot of mentorship, but only two actually worked for me. So some people like, oh, I've done enough, nothing worked for me, and they're in a kind of like point of giving up. So you have a model, Shay. You developed a system. Can you take us through a bit more about your system, how your system works and how you help people?
Sure, absolutely. So here's the philosophy. I always like to start with philosophy and values because as CEO, you establish the philosophy and values. And here it is. If you don't want to sell or you don't like to sell, the best thing you can do is hire someone who does. Now, the first thing comes up, people say, Shay, I don't have any money to hire anybody. Now, there's two hires that I would make in my company. And this is just Shay Brown. As one CEO to another CEO. If you're not an entrepreneur, you're still enjoying this conversation because you got to sell yourself and you might have to sell your boss or you might have to sell, the next promotion or you got to sell your kids on doing something. So you enjoy the conversation. Hopefully we'll make that fun and humorous. But I'm really talking to the entrepreneurs, the dualpreneurs, the folks who are responsible for the company. They're responsible for generating the revenue. They're responsible for the gift that no matter who you believe in that you've been given to serve other people. And if you can't serve other people, that gift is just staying with you and it's just a waste. I'm not saying anything negative. I just want to let you know, if you've been given a gift to serve people and you're not serving the amount of people you're told to serve or serve more people, then I want you to listen very carefully. So hire someone who does. And you can learn how to do it if that's what you want to do. That's fine. What we decided to do is a lot of companies were like me. When I got started, I didn't know where to go. I didn't want to sell. I didn't have someone I can go to and say, hey, I'd like to hire your company and why don't you handle my sales department? 20 years ago, it just didn't exist. When the world wasn't where it was today. If it is, I didn't know who they were. If you're thinking to yourself, mindset, I can't afford it. Let me put some UK dollars up if I can, or just some dollars. Let's put our dollars or euros. Let's just put this up. Imagine for a moment that your company is making, I don't know, 10,000 widgets, $10,000. I put in dollars right now. Is that okay? I can use, doesn't matter.
Sure.
Now it's just the same. Yeah. 10,000. Let's put 10,000. Is that right? 10,000 is coming in. And you decide to hire a sales rep. And you train that sales rep, or a company trains that sales rep. They work on 100% commission. That means they only get paid when you get paid. Now, that's the first step in our 7-figure sales team. Number one, you need a sales rep. We got 5 components. I can't get through all 5, but may I get through 2 of them. One component, number one, is you hire a sales rep at 100% commission. You can hire our team. We're an option, but I'm not here to talk about me. So let's say you hire a sales rep. You had 10,000 come in. They bring 10,000 in. You have to pay them a 20% commission. I'm making that number up because I don't have time right now, but it could be higher for some of you, lower for some of you, different industries. I understand you have a lot of folks that watch from all over the world, Bruce, I understand that, but let's just say 20% for now. 10,000 less 20% means that's 2,000 that you got to pay out. So 10,000 minus 2,000 is 8,000. Now you brought in 10,000 yourself because you do what you do anyway. Whether you hire someone or not, you're going to do what you're going to do. Now you got 8,000 that came in. Your labor wasn't involved. You might have been out with the kids. You might have been in a training seminar. You might have been somewhere else. I was somewhere when I met her. I met Peru recently, and my team was still working. It was just great. And so now you say, well, wait a minute. I can afford to bring someone in. I got to shift my mindset. I got to shift my process and my systems, and I need a freaking sales strategy. Let's be honest, as CEO, if there's no sales strategy, then I can tell you there's no sales system, and I can tell you what gets measured, gets managed, what gets managed gets better. I can tell you that most CEOs, they manage it, it gets better. So first step, hire a sales rep. Pay him 100% commission, or he or she 100% commission, and now your labor is not involved. You serve more people. So that's one step that you can do, cost you nothing, not one freaking dime, and that's probably the best investment you make. Now, from that $8,000 coming in, maybe you hire an assistant. Maybe you buy some marketing programs. Maybe you do whatever you need with the revenue. You make that decision as a CEO. So that's number one. Number two, and I give them 2 steps if I can. We got a 5-step process, obviously, but there's 5 steps you need to get to 7 figures a month for revenue. Sales rep is one. You can do that. They understand all your products and services. They've been trained. Number 2 is what we call a sales affiliate team. Now, the sales affiliate team is really, really important because the sales affiliate team, they're not like the sales rep. The sales rep understands all your products and services. They become like family, okay? The sales affiliates, these are mercenaries. They're only in it for the money. But they're in circles you're not in. They're in areas you're not in. You think about, I'll just say Apple, because I don't know, many of you may be Android or Apple users. I'm an Apple user. I believe God is a woman, and she created the iPhone and Apple products, because who else would create those things? And 70% of the products Apple sell from their revenue, they didn't create. They're affiliates of. So think about if you're a coach now and you work with someone who's a website designer, and the website designer decides to send people to you, and you get paid. And you pay them a commission, 20%, whatever the number is. And you decide to send stuff to the website designer, and they're sending it back. So that's what a sales affiliate team is. And I'm going to really encourage many of you who are watching and listening. Maybe you take step 1. Maybe sales rep is your first step. For some of you, maybe it's a sales affiliate team. One of the things we help folks with is the system and the strategy you have in place, because it doesn't cost you anything. And they're bringing in revenue that you aren't doing right now, and that you can help their folks. Now, you might be saying, Shay, what's the sales logical argument to make those two come together? Some of you, she'll tell you later how you can best connect with me. It's probably worth at least a 15-minute meeting. We'll have a sales strategy session where we give you the 7-figure blueprint that you can use in your sales department. That's our promise to you. Number 3, do I have time to get into number 3, and then I'll pass it on back to you? Do I have time for that? I don't want to get into too much. Okay, I'll give them all 5 steps as fast as I can, then I'll do that. Step 1, sales rep. 100% commission. Make that decision. Go to your freaking sales plan right now, and in your sales strategy, put down sales rep, 100% commission. You can do that with or without Shay Brown. That's the benefit of you showing up for this particular show and podcast. You only need one idea. Number 2, I'm going to do a sales affiliate team. And if you already have one, look at the revenue that came in from your sales affiliate team. If the revenue is not where it needs to be, then let's adopt something. I'm not going to give you the system because I don't have time right now. And let's give them the tools and resources the affiliates need so they can do that. Sales step number 3 for the 5 components that every CEO needs to create a 7-figure sales team without their labor is you need to have a digital sales solution. Your digital sales solution is your online system that brings in revenue. I want you to look right now. What system did you have that someone went online, learned about you and your company, your labor wasn't involved, and they bought something? I'll give you a quick example. I was working with a client recently, and they had a challenge. They were running ads. They had a sales page. They were doing really, really well, but no one was buying. So they gave a call. I was on a Zoom call like this with folks that, weren't like me, but I was there. And they said, Shay, what are your thoughts? Now, I'd worked with this person in the past, but not at this level. They had spent considerable money. Considerable money to me is over $50,000. Okay, and they were running $3,000 a month in ads for 3 or 4 months consecutively. So they had a lot of leads that came in, but nobody was buying. So I took a look at the sales page, and I want you to think about your own sales system, your sales funnels that you have that are not converting. And I said, well, I can fix this problem in less than 2 minutes. He's a little cocky, isn't he? Oh, seriously, no, just hear me out. Let me ask a question. What's the purpose of a sales page? Now, if I was to ask you that question, what's the purpose of a sales page? Many of you would say what they said, which was, it's to sell something. Duh, Shay Brown. I said, no, that's the old way. There's a paradigm shift. The purpose of the sales page is just to share, here's the problem. They had the price on the sales page. Isn't that the craziest thing you heard where we are in the world today? I said, no, where we're in the world today, the purpose of a sales page is to say, here's all the problems. I solve it. If you're interested, give me your first name, last name, phone number, and email. Once you give me that information, then you go to a checkout page. The checkout page provides the value. Put this in your notes. Price only matters in the absence of value. And so the way the world shifted these days is the sales page is really to collect information. So they were running ads to the sales page. No one was buying. They did something called retargeting and spent more money, like Amazon and stuff, following around on the internet. And it was just a vicious cycle. We changed that. We built a checkout page that added value for the product they were serving that they could deliver and over deliver as a result, not because of Shea Brown. That was just, a system. So you think about your digital sales system. If that's not the earning revenue you want, let's have a conversation. She'll share with you in a minute how you can connect with me. You can find me online at Shea Brown. And then the fourth step in a 5-step component that you need to build a 7-figure sales team that generates you the money you need in your business is sales ambassadors. And Peru, you do this very, very well. I saw you kind of do it informally. And the place where we were at has dozens of sales ambassadors walking around all day long. But sales ambassadors, how can I say this? Sales rep, they're there for 100% commission. Sales affiliates, well, they're mercenary. They're only there for the money. They're there to get paid because they refer people to you. Number 3 is your digital sales solution. Operates when you're not there. And that's kind of sweet. It just runs and you're not there. But the sales ambassador, man, they're not in it for the money. You know why they're there? Because they believe in your mission, your goals, and your objectives. And the place that we were at, I'm not mentioning names here, but we were at, when I just saw her recently, there was a bunch of ambassadors walking around saying how wonderful things were. Don't worry. And you think about it, they're in it for that reason. Now, granted, maybe the person who makes the most amount of sales, you give them an iPad. They like 2 things. They like rewards and recognitions. When I work with a lot of my clients, we typically start with sales ambassadors because these are folks that are probably already in inner circle. They didn't see themselves as ambassadors. They see themselves as just for the cause. So I'll close with that. Those are 4 tangible things. The 5th one is your sales cheerleaders and your happy clients. But we normally don't give that away on a podcast or a show, but I know where your heart is. You have a heart to give. You have a heart to serve. You have a heart to provide value. So I wanted to share something with the audience that not only will put money in their pocket, but allow them to serve their community so much more. Here's the point. You don't have to do it. Success is a team sport. You only get so far by yourself. Build your 7-figure sales team. I promise you, the rest of the company will come along. Back over to you.
Thank you, Shay. Loads of nuggets, loads of nuggets. I'll ask everyone to, I'm going to be watching this myself, everyone to repeat watching because there's so much nugget in here that Shay talked about. So Shay, 2 more questions, then we'll finish off. One is, do you want to say your final thoughts, anything to our audience before we share your contact details?
Sure. One of the things I'll say about you is you're here today. Thanks for having me here, and thanks for allowing us to be on your phone right now. Some of you might be watching on your phone. Some of you are watching on your tablet right now. Some of you might have a computer in the background, or maybe you listen to the podcast. You're just listening to us and you're doing something else, or maybe we're on your big screen. We appreciate it. I love what Pearl's doing. She's doing an amazing job. Here's what I know about you as you're watching, that you believe that you have the potential inside of you to perform at a higher level than whatever level you're performing at right now. Because only winners show up for this show. Only champions show up for this show. Only folks who want to do some freaking amazing things show up for this as you're listening to right now for one reason. And why is that? Because when the question is asked, when do you stop learning? The obvious answer is you never stop learning, because once you learn something, you never unlearn it. So I believe for you, no matter what's going on in your life, whether you're doing really, really well and there's another gear, you're reaching that next level. Some of you just try and get to the next level, or you've been hit with the punch you never saw coming. I believe that today is your January 1st. You get a fresh start. You get a do-over. And I believe for you, your best is still yet to come. Your best is yet to come. Your best is yet to come. With that being said, my name is Shea Brown. Thanks a lot. She'll tell you how to contact me. I love it. Can't wait to see you in London, by the way, soon.
Thank you, Shay. So obviously you're based in America and you serve people around the world. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah. So if people want to get in touch, because this podcast listened by people from different countries. So everywhere I get like from different countries. So if people want to get in touch with you, if you could share your details, both your social media and your website, that would be helpful.
Sure. So for those folks out there that are serious and you're motivated and you're ready to build a 7-figure sales team, even if you want to sell and you're the number one salesperson, you understand success is a team sport, and you say, I need the playbook. I need step by step how to do it. Like, I'm okay with listening to it and doing it on my own. We have the gift for you. You can go to www.easysaleshub, easysaleshub.com. Just go to easysaleshub.com. Once you get there, just follow the instructions. There's no cost. It's my gift to you. Okay, that's a gift. There's no cost, but it will help you. If you're on social media and you're like, Shay, I want to connect with you, you can go over to LinkedIn. That's my jam. Shay Brown, CHE. I think you see it right there. Just go to LinkedIn, type in Shay Brown. Let's connect. Send me a note, by the way. Once you send me a note, we will connect and we'll schedule a one-on-one, 15-minute blueprint session. So it's a sales sprint session where we're focusing on what are 2 or 3 things you can do in your business immediately to help accelerate where you are today. And it's a lot of fun. There's no cost. My promise to you is you walk away with at least one good idea that you can use immediately to increase your sales results. Other than that, I'm looking forward to connecting with you. Shay, CHE Brown. Let's connect on LinkedIn or over at Instagram if you want.
Thank you, Shay. Everyone, you heard from Shay so many different things, loads of top tips. So subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please do share our podcast, because you never know. You're not just helping yourself. You could be helping somebody who is in real need. So please do subscribe, because when you subscribe, you get alert when we do another podcast, and also you when you share, you're helping other people as well. So thank you for watching. Thank you, Shay, for coming in and sharing our sharing your top tips with our audience. Thank you.
Thank you.